Hello, Count Sake here, back with another graph theory shortest path solver in Unity. This might be the final live stream I will be doing on this program. And well, I'll be completely honest, there's not much for me to do. I've actually completed the instructions off camera, and well, I guess I might as well navigate over to that file because I don't want to accidentally change something right now because apparently I guess I might as well say. Apparently I'm having some weird thing where if I'm editing a prefab, it for some odd reason changes in this prefab. I don't know, but if anything, I won't really I won't really dabble on that. The only thing I really care about is that, well, I only really care is that this thing is that I only really care that I don't know. It only really changes when I'm editing the prefab. So I guess I should be fine. I'll go ahead and now open up the program. I have it right here, and it should open up. So we're gonna go ahead and load up the scene, and well, yeah, as you can see, we have everything. And if we bring up our instructions, we have the introduction, we have the controls. Now I kind of just realized something. It actually needs to load up the introduction by default, but okay, but whatever, sure. And well, yeah, this is basically what everything looks like. We have a little signature there, we have the UI there, and yeah, we can actually click on random stuff and see what they do, and we can take it out. We can go to the basic UI. This basic UI was actually harder to undo because for some other reason, because well, UI is kind of awkward, especially when it's not exactly actually put into the text box. It's actually just like on a separate object and parented to that object. Yeah, it's weird, but if anything, it shouldn't really matter too much. Okay, just looking at some stuff. All right, so yeah, you have the view mode, then we also have the edit mode, some random stuff about it, the properties about it, some random labels, whatnot, what stuff does. Whoops, that's the settings, and well, yeah, what they do, nothing too, not pretty self-explanatory stuff. We have the solve mode, which is actually rather important. Well, it could be, it's the main point of this program. Of course, it's a pretty big deal. So yeah, okay, what else is there? You also have the command prompt, and well, yeah, I don't really dabble too much on that because there's actually quite a lot to do in there. And well, yes, we can go ahead and press start. And there was actually a bug that I fixed, and it was regarding pressing the save graph and load graph. Apparently, if you were to press the load graph or something, and if you were to click save graph, then click on load graph, the new graph button here would not be there. What happened is that I didn't realize this, but if I was to go to my not the canvas, but if I was to go to the menu, then the pause menu, then on the save graph, I had to reorder these on click events. I actually didn't realize that it had a specific order, and well, now that I think about it, it should have been pretty obvious about that. So yeah, a little bit of an embarrassment on my part, but yeah. Anyway, we actually, yeah, there's not really much there's not really much I've done. Most of it is just the instructions, and well, yeah, I actually still need to fix that little detail there. So it's honestly just as easy as changing the prefab a bit. So all I need to do is to go into the instructions prefab and set this one to visible, and that should actually literally fix it. Now I check always back at the instructions every once in a while because for some odd reason it changes. Okay, yeah, it's the same object. Now before I get into doing anything, there's there's still something that I would like to do. It's regarding the title page. I feel like I want there to be more animation. It doesn't look right to me. I don't know. I want there to be animation, a more complex wave. But the thing is, well, it doesn't look very complicated if you ask me. And well, yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, what is it that I can do to possibly make this a little bit more complex? Well, one, I could like mess around and have a private float, and then maybe I could actually have like some sort of cosine wave, also giving some sort of modifications to this to the on top of the sine function. So I'm going to go ahead and go to Desmos and kind of write out this function. So I have cosine of x. Well, as you notice, we actually have some negative values, and actually I do not want to do this. I don't want to lower the I don't want it to be any lower than the values actually are, and I definitely want to avoid having zero value. So what I can actually do is actually just square the cosine function, and then what I'll do is add it by 1. However, what I'm questioning about doing is whether or not I want to not exactly do that, but in a way decrease the height of these waves a bit, because I don't want them to be too drastic or too high. But I'll go ahead and look at it first to actually determine that. So first off, I'm going to go to my, what is it, canvas, or where was it? The field, there we go. I'm going to go ahead and see what it looks like with 3 times the height. So let's go ahead and play it. Oh wait, that's 3 times the speed, my bad, that's my bad. So it should be 4 times. It doesn't look that bad. Okay, I can live with that. So I think I can still divide by 1 here, actually. So that's nice to know. Let me find the decimals here. So instead, we're just going to set a to 1. So that's actually very convenient. And well, on top of that, we also need to technically take into account the certain parts. Now here's the thing. It's supposed to. I plan to not have it go across from left to right as as shown here. I actually plan on it to instead go across from the bottom to the top. So that's how I plan to actually make it kind of wave in a sense. But in a sense, I kind of need to remember how exactly I determined these these functions and whatnot. So here we have the object transform position, and we determine its height by using this sort of sine wave. And well, there's actually quite a bit that we have to take into account. So first off, we have the input value. The input value is, we're looking at this sine wave. So we take the transform position of the. Okay. So this makes quite a bit of sense. However, we do have a bit of an issue. Okay, the main issue with this is that, well, kind of need to actually be able to modify this. We can't actually or no, actually it's not that too bad. We actually just need to multiply. What I think what we need to do is just multiply this by the cosine wave that I'm going to make. So I'll go ahead and make that function. So here it will be a private float cosine wave, and well, again we're going to have a float called the input value, and we're going to have a float called input value 2. Why not? We'll keep it very simple. So here we're going to return, well, here's the thing. The amplitude of the wave. Now, here's the thing. Our cosine wave is actually very specifically defined. It's designed such that it can only be mathf dot cosine. Is there cosine, or do I have to actually do it myself? Okay, so we're actually going to instead return a mathf.pow, then we do to the power of 2, and we also need to do at the same time, we also have to do, I put this at 2f, mathf.cosine of the, well, function input minus the input value. Input value. What's input value 2? What? Wait a minute, what? Wait. Wait a minute, what? Wait. What? Okay. Sine wave. Okay, I need to know where these brackets go up to. Okay, so that's a rather strange thing. Well, huh. Okay. I guess we didn't need to take into account that. So, in a sense, that's actually it. The input value, we don't actually need an input value 2. We can actually just get rid of that as well too. Now, here's a bit of the thing I'm trying to figure out. What abomination is going to happen when I multiply this? Well, okay, I'm trying to, where is some, okay, there's a value that I established, the wave shift offset z-axis. What is this? This calculates the offset. Oh, okay, so basically, yeah. I also need to I actually technically need to make this an array. And well, not that. I'm gonna make this an array. Well, now we actually have to, in a sense, do it like this. Operation. Okay, now I need to figure out where this is. So, where is it? Row num, wave shift offset. Okay, then this is a 0. Now, for the second one, we actually also need to, since this is a private float, we actually need to establish this as a float of 2. There we go. Now, we actually need to do another sort of wave shift offset underscore, wait a minute, z-axis. Wait, z-axis, hold on. Oh. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Okay, I think, yeah, we can keep that as the same name. So we'll take it like this, and well, we actually sort of need to kind of copy this little part here because we're still using the same exact wavelength. The wavelength of the cosine wave is still exactly 2 pi. So from here, actually, it's probably more evident if I do. Wait a second. Okay. That's a little awkward. Hold on a second. Let me make this a function, f of x. Let's say we have, whoops, not that. Let's say we have f. No, we don't want f of x. We want f of a, where a divided by a. Okay, fine. We can also have x. Okay, so we have f of x 1. Wait a second. What am I doing here? Okay. My eyes are suddenly feeling rather like they need to close for a second. Give me a second here. Pretty sure that was more than a second, but whatever, who cares? Anyway, okay, my eyes, okay. So, actually, this is not 2 pi. It's actually a frequency of pi, which is actually more interesting, which also means that I can just take out this, and well, I guess I have to trust Unity to do that for me in order, so I have to do that. So next up, I have to take the int. I'm going to take an int vertex field x range. X range, yeah, okay. And then we do dot y minus the int vertex field x range dot z. Wait, what? Dot x plus 1. We actually have to do the same exact thing, and well, that is going to be used in our animate vertices. Hold on a second. Let's go ahead and actually make these a little smaller so that way we can actually read stuff. So with that, we now need to take this and multiply this guy by the cosine wave. Well, we have our input value. The input value is going to be the object for obj vertex dot transform dot position, well, dot x or z. We're going to do dot z. However, of course, we need to subtract it by. Of course, we need to subtract it by because this is a shift in the wave. This takes into account the, what is the row num? Okay, now we need to take into account the column number. So that's a little awkward, so we have to take into account. This makes things a little bit awkward now, so oh boy. So now, oh boy, we have to, oh. We have a game. Oh wait, dang it! It's defined by its vector. Okay, so this is awkward. Okay, I was gonna do something instead, but int column num. So this is the column number of the vertex field. Now this is a bit awkward. I was saying this is a bit awkward because, well, let's just say that the vector 2 that I established here, I can't exactly use that because it still goes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But the thing is, if the row number, if there are only 5 vertices in a row, we actually don't want it to be, we need to take into account the difference and whatnot, and it would actually be a little bit and yeah, dealing with that would be quite a bit awkward. So something I could do, just so I don't have to keep on writing this thing out, is I'm going to go ahead and make some more private variables, which is going to be a private vector 2. Yes, it's going to be vector 2, the field range. So basically, the x is the length. Okay, I might actually field range underscore x. So this one is the length of the field along the x, and we have a private vector 2, which is the field range underscore z. So that way we don't have to just keep on. So that way we don't have to just keep doing that. So what we're going to do here instead is, well, I'm going to do right here the field range x is going to be exactly equal to, oh, these are vector 2's. My bad, this is supposed to be a float. Actually, it should be technically an integer. These should be integers. So what we do is I have to take into account. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what is this, the z range. Oh, this is x. Okay, so we have vertex. What am I doing? I could just copy paste this thing. Copy paste this entire thing. Copy paste. Put a semicolon, and we don't even need these integers. They're completely useless. Actually, yeah, we do need them. And with that, we can actually instead just replace this bottom with field range x. Here we'll do field range z, exactly equal to the same exact thing. Copy that, paste it. Don't forget to put the semicolon. And with that, we have our field range z, like so. Now, with that, we now don't have to do this entire thing again. We can actually just do the field range z. So field range z, I believe. Hold on a second. In a sense, you could call this the number of columns. This is the number. This is the. These are the rows. This is the columns. So this one is the number of columns, and this one is the number of not rows, not a rows. So yeah, that's rather interesting. Anyway, don't forget to put the F there. I like to put comments because, well, yeah, you never know. So with that, we now establish these variables. And hold on a second, that is, yeah, that, wait. Oh, yeah, that's correct. Okay, so now with that, we can just do, oh, there we go. There we go, got rid of those parentheses. And well, we have to, at the end of this, we have to do column num plus plus as well. And well, we have to also do if column num is greater than the field range x, then we set back column num equal to 1. Now, I believe this might have to do with the fact that you have to divide some stuff. Wait a second, what? The row number times the wave shift offset times. I'm not dividing by anything. I'm just multiplying. So why would I need to set it? Oh, whatever. I'll just keep it the way it is. And with that, all we need to do is to once again, well, we're kind of very much copying what we originally had here. We actually just take the column number and multiply that by the wave shift offset z-axis, specifically the first one, or the one in the first axis. Hopefully then we'll get a kind of wave effect that goes across. Okay, it looks like a bunch of random movement. And well, I guess I think I kind of messed things up a bit because it now just looks like a field of excitations in like some sort of quantum field or something. I kind of messed up. Okay, let me go ahead and look at our good old function over here and see what happens. What happens if I multiply? I'm just going to label this as f of x, and we have g of x. This is sine It's just a simple sine function, sine wave function. Just follows like that. What happens if we do f of x times g of x? I was kind of hoping for something like that, but it appears that there is something rather interesting. What happens if I multiply this by 2 pi? Okay, you can now start to kind of see it. However, it's still rather difficult to tell. So what I'm going to, hold on a second, did I do this right? Hold on a second, I completely forgot to add by 1. That's actually rather important. I forgot to add by 1. That might explain why everything was just hanging around its initial value. And yes, I want to avoid doing that. But yeah, you can actually kind of see the little waves kind of just hanging about. However, I would like to say that it kind of looks a little funny, so I'm going to go ahead and multiply this by 2 pi, as it is the length of a period. So with that, though it might be a little excessive, I think never mind, it seems like a bit of a bad idea. I'm going to keep it back with normal pi. The normal pi. It looks fine, but let me see what happens if I get rid of that sine part. So instead of multiplying, what happens if I just hit it away? What would these two look like? Should I instead be adding them? That's something I should also be considering, if I should just be adding upon the sine wave function. Okay, I kind of need some separate view because it's kind of difficult to tell what's going on. So if we go to our little wave right here, okay, this is taking forever. Let me not click on that so that way I can actually see. I should probably have it be multiplied by some sort of amplitude. But let me look at my little function here. If I do two times this, okay, yeah, that's something I kind of need to take into account. If I instead just, okay, that's much better. If I just multiply, what if I multiply this by this? I'm gonna go ahead and do the wave amplitude like this, and by order of operations, it should do everything fine. Now, hopefully then we'll get a more exaggerated motion. And it becomes indistinguishable from a field. Okay, so we're not going to do that. Oh, wait. I forgot, I forgot that I was only viewing the So by multiplying this, we take g of x and we take f of x, and well, it should be a rather interesting kind of thing to see. It's a little bit difficult to see what they're doing. Hold on. We're taking into account, when we're doing this one, we need to take into account the we take the z, so the z position minus, so that's our actually initial input. And then minus some value a, which is determined by the column number multiplied by the wave shift offset along the z-axis. I'm really trying to figure out what this, how did I switch? Because it looks a bit off to me, like it shouldn't. It looks too, in a sense, weak. Maybe because its wavelength is too short. Maybe we need to actually, like, in a sense, maybe we actually need to, for example, instead of increasing the height, why don't we divide it out? Like, for example, by pi, I'm going to put a number a here just so I could see what this is. If we put it to be a times pi, if we change this to be, obviously we can have a 0? Oh no, we can't have a 0. So if we change this to 1, then obviously if we do this, it's 2 pi 3 4. Hold on a second. We multiply this by a, we have this slider. Trying to figure out how this works. So instead we're going to divide this by a. By making this number a little larger, the wavelength by making this 2, is it 2 pi? Yes, it is. Okay. I would actually kind of, let me go ahead and now try and go ahead and make this wavelength, the period a much, let's go ahead and make it its frequency a lot smaller. So we have math f pow cosine, the squared part. Now what we have to do here is function input minus the, okay, yeah, okay. Then we divide this by, well, I'm going to divide it specifically by 2. Hopefully then we will get a much more defined wave. There we go, looks better. What does it look like? It looks quite nice. However, I'm feeling a bit odd that the waves seem to look more awkward in a sense. Let's make this negative. Let's see what it looks like. I mean, it should go in the opposite direction, like away from the camera. I want to see. It didn't. It's not going away from the camera. a negative. Maybe I messed up with my little code there. Maybe that's something I should take into account. So yeah, a negative. Why isn't it flipping around? It should. Or should I be It should be opposite. Negative cosine. Maybe it might have to do with the fact that it's squared, that it won't actually do it. It won't actually matter. And this negative is not really doing anything. I'm a little surprised. Make this a negative. Because I really would like to see what it looks like in the opposite direction. I'm very certain it should go in the opposite direction by doing this. Or should I instead do a negative function input? Let's see what that does. Okay, there we go. That's what I wanted to see. Yeah, you can see the waves, but they look very small. Again, that might have to do with the fact that, well, if that the wave height is actually not that tall. We need to actually adjust. Technically, it should be more like a 2 times kind of height. I mean, but I've already kind of done that, so I'm not sure why exactly it's not doing it. But if anything, having that little negative there it's not really going to do much. You won't really see a difference here. But okay, let's go ahead and multiply these two again. Let me find it. There it is. Get rid of that those marks. Hopefully, then we can actually see the result of our endeavors. But okay, it looks a lot more exaggerated now, but it looks a bit too much by multiplying. I'm gonna go ahead and once again, I'm gonna go ahead and weaken this guy, and I'm gonna go and make it such that it doesn't just go ham. And why does it look like it's twice as fast now? Okay, the wave speed is a lot faster. That's interesting. 1.5. So yeah, you have slight little exaggerations throughout this little thing. But how about this? Let's go ahead and add them rather than what am I trying to say here? Rather than multiplying them, let's see what happens if we add them. Let's go ahead and save here because I don't know why I didn't go back to normal speed maybe. Okay, there's just a tiny slight variance. Okay. I think the 1.5. Although it looks a little too small for me. I'm gonna go back to multiplying. That way it goes a little bit more exaggerated. I have a feeling 1.5 looks a little too slow for me. I want it a little tiny bit faster. Let me see if 0.75 will do it. It still looks a little too fast. 6, 5. I'll just deal with it. Okay. That we can bring out our instructions. All right. Yeah, we've completed our I think that does it for the tile screen. I'm not sure if it would be nicer that to have no cosine wave. Okay, I'm gonna duplicate this code and hit Control D, and I'm gonna get rid of this cosine wave. Let's see what it looks like without it again, because I might be just a little biased and might be trying to see something when trying to get something when I actually probably should have just left it alone. I don't know. Maybe there's something. It looks really. It's very calm. Maybe we can just random it out. Okay, how about this? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a random number generator. If there wasn't enough stuff already. Now, technically, because the a constant 2 pi tau constant float tau, this is going to be equal to mathf dot pi. And yeah, I'm actually gonna do this. Tau is actually a constant in mathematics. I should probably not just put it under the wave properties. I should probably keep it as its own number because it is its own number. So what am I saying? Tau. So yeah, we're gonna just put tau, replacing these 2 pi's with tau. Any more times where okay, let me look for the 2 times, okay, let me look for math f dot pi. So we have in that one, okay, here we go here. This is a 2 times, so that way we can actually just replace this with our good old friend, the tau. And well, that's it. Okay, so let's go back to our start. Okay, this is all ugly stuff that I just put there for no reason. Anyway, so with that, we want to see, this is the one that we want to do. If the function input is this. Now, we also kind of, I'm going to go ahead and have some more properties. This one is going to be I'm going to make it a, I guess I could make a public int cycles. This is going to be the number of cycles before the current cycles. Number of cycles, there we go, we can do that. We have a public int hold on a second. Okay, forgive me, I am back. So this one is reset cycle. A reset cycle. Or we'll call this the change cycle num. So this is basically the number of cycles needed before a change in the wave function, before a change in the wave. So okay, first off, this is what I'm going to do. Whenever we do this, we basically need to increase the current cycles. The current cycles increases by 1. Actually, this one should be a private value. And well, the current cycles should always start at 0, so I'm going to go ahead and put that here. Current cycles is equal to 0. And well, I guess I'll go ahead and say after 5 cycles, and well, we also want to do an if here. Come on, stop. If current cycles is greater than or equal to the cycles change cycle num, then we're going to set back current cycles back equal to 0. And well, we want to do something interesting. We're going to generate a random number. And well, in this, we're going to put this here, and this is going to be called the private int. What it'll do is generate a random integer. This is going to be the random wave num. So this is we're going to actually select a specific wave number, and what we're going to do here, we'll do a switch. I mean, why not a switch? Switch random wave num, case it's 0, and then whoops, in case 0, and then we will do a break, case 1, come on, and we'll do a break. Now we're just going to take this one and put it here. And we're going to do that and as well put that there. So yeah, this basically what this will do is depending on the value of random wave num, we want to specifically take that into account. So we're going to do a random dot float. I specifically on unit. Okay, I'm trying to figure out. Generates a random number between. Okay, kind of curious. What happens if I make a boolean and just say hi and then make this a random dot range from 0f to 1f? Okay, instead, okay, never mind. Random wave num. Actually, I'm just going to call this a wave number instead. The wave number. And yeah, like this. So yeah, hopefully it won't cause too much of a distraction. I don't want it to suddenly just explode. Look at the field just in case. Oh, the change cycle num. We want to kind of make this a little bit like larger. I am not seeing a change though. That's the thing. Okay. Can I, okay, I'm trying to, what? Okay, hold on a second. Does this, oh, okay. Let's see it do stuff now. I'm going to go ahead and make this a rather large number, and just so I can see it, I'm going to make the current cycle numbers a serialized field, so that way I can actually see how many cycles has passed, or how quickly the cycles pass. So yeah. So with that, okay, it's not too fast. It's actually rather kind of slow, so I can set that to 5 and won't be too much of an issue. Okay, here's my issue. I'm trying to figure out what the wave number is. So I guess I can also serialize that field, so that way I can see it, serialized field. So that way I can actually see it. And again, maybe just to see it a lot more quickly, I'm going to set this to 2. The wave num is 0. Okay, just to speed things up, I'm going to make it 5 times as fast. Does this wave number ever change? What? Let's try 1 and 2. And instead change this to 1 and 2. Again, I'm going to go ahead and speed this up so that way I can actually see if it changes. It's wave number 1, but okay, there's something weird with this. Let me see. Huh, that's weird. Oh, we only want to do that if it reaches the cycle number. So yeah, that's actually something important I should do. 1, 2. So it's still 0, 0. It's 0. It's never changing for some odd reason. Okay, that's a little weird. I'm not sure if that's a bug in Unity. Um, I wonder why it's not, it seems like it's always at 0. Let's go ahead and instead, let's try and see what happens if I do this. Sometimes it's going to be playing, sometimes it's going to not be playing. I don't really care. I just want to see if it's going to do something. So at least it changed. It's at -1. So that's really interesting. For some reason, it doesn't seem to like it when we do between 0 and 1. Because yeah, I'm speeding this up quite a lot, and that means the random function is doing quite a bit. However, it seems like for some odd reason it doesn't like that. So you know, this looks rather ugly. I think I kind of just don't want to do that because it just suddenly changes. It doesn't look very nice. I just have to decide on one or the other. So I'm not gonna, I think, yeah, let's not do that. Let's instead, we have to decide on one or the two. How about this? Okay, I actually have I have a different idea. Instead of doing rather than like, you know, rather than like generating, how about every single time we load the scene, we generate a random number. So we're going to have a private wave num, and instead a private, why not float? Private float wave number. Sometimes, so what we can do instead is, or why not? We'll do it. Private int wave num. So this is the determines which wave will be shown. Actually, there's quite a bit of waves that we can actually have. We can actually, there's the individual waves by themselves, the combination of these waves, the multiplication of these waves. There's actually quite a lot we can do. So we can do a switch wave num. So yeah, this switch case might actually be useful to use a switch case for once. Case 0, I'm going to do a break. Case 1, I'm going to do a break. In case 2, I'm going to do some sort of break. And in case 3, I'm also going to do a break. So the first one I'm going to have here, the sine wave, is going to be the 0 case. The next case is going to be this one, the cosine, the combination of, or actually, rather than that, I'll go ahead and take just the cosine wave alone. Okay, let me duplicate this line, then put it up. And instead of multiplying it here, we're going to go ahead and get rid of this. There we go. Then other times we just don't have a field, and well, it might as well just do like some sort, rather than making it hard on the player on their computer. If we have a wave number, okay, that's actually going to be rather boring if I trying to think about something. Okay, so we can, or should I just make it one of these? I think that's enough complexity. I just like all three of these waves. I'll take it. For the current cycles, we don't need to do that. We don't need to worry about the current cycles, none of that whatsoever. All we need to worry about is which wave will be shown. So, or I guess we could have a case where it's just a flat, I guess we could just have a flat wave. I mean, just a flat plane. But that's a case where the integer is a specific value, and well, yeah, if it is that specific value, we're just going to go ahead and return. Because we don't want to go ahead and do any of this if it's just not one of that value. So the twin. Sine wave calculates the offset for the cosine wave base based on the number of columns. There we go. Then with that, we're going to want to generate a random integer from 0 to 3. Why 3? Because random.range, random.range, and we're going to input an integer from 0 to 3. And well, from every time, generates a random number from 0 to 3, which are positive integers. Random number from 0, 1, 2, and 3 to determine which wave will be shown on start up, like that. So the case if your wave num is equal to 3, you're going to have a rather boring screen, but you get something. Okay, let's see what happens if we do all this stuff. And it looks like I got a rather boring one. I still feel like the cosine wave needs to be a little bit more, needs to have a lot more depth to it. So I'm going to actually multiply it by 2. Hopefully I can get that value again. So we have the interesting case. Go ahead and make it 1.5. Again, we have the interesting wave. Let me go ahead and make the wave num a serialized field so that way I can see it. I know I've spent a lot of time on this, but it's because I really want to make this look cool. Okay, so we have a wave num of 0. Change it to a wave num of 1. 1. Okay, there's also one thing I would like to change about the wave num number 1 is that if we have it by itself, we don't want to exactly have it fly up. We actually want to minus it by 2. However, I kind of feel like I should make it a lot taller. So yeah. Now, the reason why this looks a little bit awkward is because it's not supposed to exactly be viewed from the angle that we're looking at, but it should instead be something, a different one. So let's generate, we have 0. Hello? What? What did I just do? What? Hello? Did something happen? Change it to 2, change it to 1, change it to 0. 1 looks rather calm. Actually, I think we're multiplying this one by a bit too high of some values. Let's go back to 2 and see what it looks like again. Got 2, we have 1, we got, okay, it should be just, I think, a little tiny bit more taller. So we're gonna instead be 2.5. Let's try 3. One. Oh, I'm modifying the wrong value. That's why I'm like, why is it? Okay, 0, 1, 1, 2. All right, so that's rather cool. We can have a random wave on startup, but there are other things that we have to do. And I think with that, we have completed the title screen. I don't think I need to work on it any more than I have. Just one last little check. Is that the instructions? Yes, it is. And let's go to the graph scene. With this, I would like to go ahead and we've made the instructions, so that's something I could take off the list. A change resolution size. That is something that I would like to, I'm not sure if that's something I want to exactly add. After all, it's, I don't know, I'm not sure if it's something I want to add. I'll just go ahead and look at Brackeys and see what I know Brackeys did a tutorial on this, which resolution. I know he had some sort of setting for, he had something for this. Not that one. Engine. I'm not sure if this, I really am not sure if I want to add this. I'm not. Okay, however, there is one thing that I think I should try. Where is it? Under the miscellaneous, the game manager, rather than doing this load, where is it? Hold on, give me a second here. All right, sorry. Under the, where's the load scene? What? Load scene, there it is. Okay. Rather than doing, okay, we're, right, it's the I enumerator. Rather than doing this, I want to see what happens if we do the async operation. So we're going to do a load scene async. And I kind of want to see what it's like. I'm going to go to the title page again. Oh, let me go ahead and save that. Go back to the title page. Actually, it would probably, I'm not sure if it would be better to have it on, whatever, we'll just do it in the Unity editor. So with that, got an interesting wave. So we can do start. Okay. Okay, that's a little awkward. Close instructions. How long after? Wait a minute. No. This is a UI thing. And where? Okay. How did I determine? Okay, I need to look at my little prefab here. Where is the fade? There are a few animations, but I think the one that actually matters is having a stay black kind of animation. So I'm gonna have to go and put that there. So UI, the fade, and this one's gonna be black screen. So yeah, all this does is the color is literally just going to exactly be black for the rest of eternity until the screen changes. And well, yeah. Now, yeah, there's no special scripts on this. There's no deleting of this. Actually, yeah, we destroy. Oh, yeah, we do destroy this game object. Or for fading out, hold on, do we really need to destroy the game object? Let me go ahead and check if I need to. If we're fading in, yeah, I guess I can understand destroying game object, but if we're fading out and changing to a different scene, does it still need to have that? So yeah, let me go to the animator. Rather than this fade out, I'm gonna make a transition like this. And well, yeah. Now it should have the transition time should be a complete 0. I don't even think it needs to have a. Hold on a second. Here's the thing. This is a little awkward, but okay. I'll just go ahead and see what it looks like. That's a little awkward. Let me put back the transition duration to be rather small. Just do that. And let's see what it looks like. All right, that's interesting. Okay, but there's one last thing I need to do is look in the hierarchy what happens when we actually make this fade object. We're loading a different scene now, but there's no fade. And if we go back to the title screen, is that fade going to be there? No, it's not. Okay, good. If we're fading in, yeah, then we do need to actually destroy it. But if we're fading out, I don't believe there is a reason to actually destroy the object. So yeah, it's not there. So let's return to the title screen. On the title screen, there should be none. All right, perfect. With that, we can actually just get rid of this entire line of code in general. Now I kind of would like to actually go back to the animator a bit and make it a little nicer. There we go. Fade out like so. And we'll Because we're using this load async kind of thing. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Let me go ahead and get rid of this thing here. Let me get rid of this program here, the start program. Oops. Okay. Yeah, that's the only case where we need that. However, instead of doing this load after seconds, let me go ahead and actually I'll keep it there for now and see what happens. But the basic idea is we just need this load async. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate it and put it back to what it used to be, which is exactly this, the scene index. So we pass in the scene index. Start the program, load scene, and it goes to 1 when we exit the program. Hold on a second, I'm looking, type, exit state. What's exit state? Oh, okay, okay. Makes sense. Instead, we're going to have this equal to some sort of float. But we also need, give me a second here. Do something. Okay. Oh, gosh. All right, with that, I'm going to go ahead and do a bit of stuff. Doing stuff right now. All right, there we go. So with that, there is something I kind of would like to do, and that is a sort of, well, I guess you could say it like some sort of it's a little awkward right now. It's okay. I'm thinking about what I'm going to be doing. Because I plan on rather than doing what rather than doing what I had originally intended for, like the specifically the resolutions, I don't plan to do that anymore. What I instead plan to do is make a loading bar between different scenes. And well, I will be more than glad to actually do that, but all I just need to do is to, well, find my prefab. Where is it? The fade, there it is. And well, I take a UI. And well, let's take a slider, because I'm pretty sure this is actually what we can do. Now, the slider actually absolutely looks terrible, and well, we don't actually want it to be interactable. But we still want to be able to change its value. So yeah, that's actually rather cool. So let me go ahead and yeah, let me try and configure this thing to make it look like what I want it to. Handle. I actually would prefer that to not have any sort of thing whatsoever. Let me go ahead and make it completely invisible. Actually, I just don't want it to have something. So, and under this fill, let me actually change the value of the slider so that way I can actually see what it looks like. So for one, it doesn't look too great. So we have this. We also have our fill area. And the fill looks terrible. Fill, I want it to be a white. However, the area, the background. Okay, right now I'm doing a terrible job at actually showing what I'm trying to do here, but I'm trying to make my good old classic UI. So I'm going to make this white. So now the fill area. Now for this background, what is this background? Do we need a background? What would happen if I deleted it? I guess it's completely useless. Okay. Now for the fill area, here's what I'm trying to figure out. How is it supposed to look like? So we can, okay, that's the maximum. Okay, looks rather nice. All right, that looks cool. But I feel like I should do a bit more than that. I feel like I should have some sort of text. Obviously, we're going to make it Calibri regular, and we want to make it white so that way we can actually see something. And this one is going to be some sort of percentage, 0% or whatever, it doesn't matter. Okay. We're going to actually, can we parent? I guess we can parent it to the slider. We're going to put it to the, we're going to actually have it extend. However, instead of what we have here, we're going to do it like this. And I want to instead position it above by its height. Now I'm also going to want to probably make the text a lot larger. This one is going to be %. And we also want to make the text quite larger. Make it also bold. I guess we could do it like that. And with that, I'm not sure if I want to actually have a script on this. We could do whole numbers, but nah. Left to right. And I guess there's another thing I could do, and that is a sort of loading kind of thing. So this is going to be saying loading. It's going to be obviously in Calibri. Make it a lot larger, make it white. You want to make it rather large, but not too large. Okay, that's actually too large. What am I doing? Loading. We'll do it like that. Okay, I have no idea what I just did there. Let me restart that. Whoops, not text mesh. No, stop. I don't want text. I don't want to use text mesh pro. I'll use it some other time. Loading. It's going to say loading. Obviously, we want it to say Calibri to be Calibri. Put it like that. Make it white. Then what we're going to want to do is parent it. We're going to parent it to the. Do I want the bottom? I think the top is better. So we're going to put it to the top, and we also want the height to be more. I guess we could make it like 75. Now to make it look really, we're going to make this 45, and we're also going to add these little dots, because of course you have to. And we're going to make it bold. We're going to make it bold and italic. I guess we could just make it bold. And to make it a little fancy, I'm gonna go make some animations. Because why not? We're going all out for this one. This is the last episode. Might as well go all out. We're almost at 2 hours and we're actually at an hour and 30 minutes, but we're gonna make a folder which is for the loading. Loading. We're just gonna call it loading. All right, and well, it's only supposed to do this animation. It's gonna be a very, very, very simple animation. Nothing too advanced, but I'm gonna create. Okay, what is? Okay, I guess I think I want to create a completely new what is it? Where is it? Animator controller. This is going to be the loading text. I kind of want to add an animator on this one, and well, we're going to give it this. To do that, we're going to create a clip, and there we go. Now we can actually do it. So this one is going to be the loading loop. So yeah, while it's loading, we're going to go ahead and create some animation for it. So let's go ahead and do something with it. So at first, it's just going to be completely white. Then maybe after half a second, we'll go ahead and make it half as 25 divided by 2. I could do it like that. And after a second, we'll put it back to 1. And yeah, that's literally it. In our animator, actually we're going to end off here. That's exactly what we just needed to do. It's supposed to loop. So if we were to play it and go back to our scene, okay, that's a little, what is this? What? Sample 60, okay, that's rather interesting. So 50. Then this is 10, so 40. There we go. There we go, some little animation going on. So that way it won't actually be too boring to look at. And well, yeah, let's go ahead and make ourselves a completely new script. Just one last little UI script. This one is going to be the loading screen. There we go. With that, we want to go to get our loading screen thing. And of course, we're going to have to attach this onto something. So we're going to have to be using Unity Engine and Mono Behavior, and we're going to obviously be using Unity Engine UI because it's the loading screen and whatnot. So first off, what we need is actually a public. Actually, we could, well, no, we're going to make this public. Okay, maybe instead a void start. Void start. And what I'm going to be doing is doing a private, and this one is going to be a slider called the loading bar. And next is we have a private text, which is the load %. So with that, loading bar is equal to get component never mind, we're making these I don't want to be bothered by the stupid I don't want to be bothered by the stupid error messages in Unity. That's the thing. It's gonna be like, wait a second, why is there errors? But okay, fine. fine. Okay, we're gonna instead do it like this. Public loading text public void loading. So with that, we're gonna go ahead and get rid of all this, and all that matters is we pass in a float. Well, yeah, the new value, and well, all we need to do is load percent dot text is equal to, well, new value dot toString, specifically a 0, and we're going to add a little percentage right here. Load percent, and finally, of course, we also need the loading bar to do something. Actually, we need to do a, I'm going to do it like a void update. A void update, and we're going to have a sort of private variable. Yes, I'm going to be doing something. A private float target value. I guess I could do it like that. Rather than, just doing this, I'm going to instead just do target value is equal to, well, target value is equal to new value, like so, and we're going to instead do a lerp of some sort. So we're going to do loading bar dot value is equal to float dot, is there a lerp? I'm kind of forgetting how to do this. Wait. Oh, hello there. Hello there. What exactly was I was like? I feel really stupid. I forgot how to do. Oh my gosh. How did I forget how to do this? It's a lerp. It's lerping. I know. Okay, I have this somewhere in my code. The camera movement. There we go. The target position and our late up. Okay, it's instead more deeper into the stuff. Come on, where is it? Please, no. I need. No, please. I know how to do this. I swear I know how. There it is. Vector 3. Oh, but that's a vector. I'm looking for a float. This is just a float value. How did I forget how to do this? Okay. Unity float lerp. Oh, mathf.lerp. I am a smart. Okay, it's mathf.lerp. I know exactly what I'm doing. Oh gosh. Okay. Loading bar value is equal to this, and then we just want to interpolate it between the target value. And well, we just want to do it by time dot delta time. Then we multiply this by 5f or some random number. Yeah, I'm just going to make it 5, or yeah, I can keep it 5. 5, yeah, 5. We'll keep it at 5, and then all we want to do is load percent dot text is equal to loading bar dot value dot toString, and of course we need to put this as a 0, and we can't forget the percentage sign, of course. With that, hopefully we can get this right. Now, this is the loading bar, and of course we now need to go into our node. We now need to go over here. Where is it? there it is, loading, there it is. And we just take our loading bar, our slider, and of course we need to get our text, which is the %. Now, how do we actually do this? We're going to go ahead. Now, how do we actually access this? Well, luckily in our game manager, when we instantiate the fade object, we actually need a private game object, or actually more specifically loading screen, which is going to be the, well, load screen. There we go. We're just going to say that. And when we fade out, only when we fade out. It doesn't matter if we fade in. I'm going to still keep that just in case. When we fade out, we want to go to this, and rather than doing that. Okay, actually, we can still do that. We can instead do the load screen, not load scene. Load screen is equal to fade object dot get component, get the component, and this will literally be the loading screen. With that, all we need to do is hold on a second. I need to test if this is in a. I need to know. Okay. Now, because I don't want the loading bar to be too slow, I'm going to actually bump this up a bit. Then but doesn't need to be in a sort of void update is my thing. Okay, so that's an interesting thing we can do. So instead, what we can do here is get a async operation. I'm just gonna follow it because that's exactly what we kind of need to do. We'll do a while loop, while operation. Operation dot, what is it called? Is done is equal to false. We'll do we'll do this load screen dot set dot loading, and we pass in operation dot progress. Is this a float? Yes, it is. Oh yeah. I completely forgot. Can't forget to do this. Because this is because this is from a value from 0 to 1, we actually need to multiply this by 100f. So that way we get the decimal points just a little bit more farther to the right. Okay. So with that, go back. Hopefully now it will be something that's not going to do that. Oh boy. Looks like I messed up the Unity editor. Great. Okay, I have to. Oh boy. I crashed the Unity because I crashed Unity. Okay, I don't exactly know what happened. Oh, because it's okay, that's a rather interesting way to do it. It's not exactly how you would expect it to be. It's actually inside some sort of enumerator, which I'm trying to wonder. I'm trying to figure out why is that. I mean, if I'm just going to do that, I might as well just take this enumerator, and instead of using this wait for seconds, I can go ahead and just get rid of everything inside of it. This is going to be wait load scene. Yeah, we can just do that. And well, and I guess we can instead move all of this out here. And well, we're going to have to do a yield return null scene index. Rather than doing scene index, we're going to do scene num. So we're going to pass in scene num right there. When we load a scene, we can do a start coroutine and instead do pass in our scene index like this. Load scene, load the scene. Load a scene. I guess that's exactly what we can say. So with that, okay, I'm going to check if my fade, okay, it's exactly what we need it to be. So everything's saved, hopefully nothing exploded. Let me also check the instructions. Okay, the instructions are fine. Start. That was very fast. Okay. Okay, that's awkward. The loading bar kind of just appears. That's kind of one of the things I'm a bit worried about. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to our Mr. What is this? What is this? The instructions. Not the instructions. What am I talking about? I'm going to the fade. Just so it will, do something else. Just so that it will look a little bit better when it just suddenly changes. I'm going to add a panel here. And I'm also going to do this, and I want this panel to be last behind every one of these. And instead of doing that, we're going to make it a little black, and it's going to be slightly transparent. So with that, when we load up a scene, it'll instead make the screen slightly dark. So yeah, that's actually rather interesting. Okay, here's the thing. If we're fading in, we don't want to have the fade. We don't want the fade object to be playing. So in our under our loading scene, there are some things that we don't want to have exactly be appearing. The loading bar dot game object and the load percent. So it's a good thing those were actually public. So in our fade in, what we want to do is when we instantiate our fade object, what we want to do is do. I guess we also should. Because we're doing this, we might as well duplicate this and put it up that. We're going to do it like this. We're going to take this and then we take our load screen dot loading bar dot game object dot set active to false, and we're going to also need to do load screen dot load percent dot game object dot set active to false. Because we kind of decided to do that, I'm going to also go ahead and do that as well except set it to true on the other one. So here. So we're going to instead set this one to true here, true, and set this one to true, like so. Very interesting, I guess you could say. So now when we fade in, so when we go back to the title screen, we can see our loading bar. Our loading screen, I have a feeling it's taking a little too long. I'm just going to increase it by like 100 times and maybe it'll do something. Okay. I'm going to be a little bit of a jerk to a public Boolean. Rather than doing this I enumerator, what I'm going to do is, oh, also this is something important. I guess after this object is destroyed, whatever. Okay, that's a little awkward. I guess I'm gonna have to do something else about it. But what a private Boolean load scene. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do instead is we also want to do an and, I guess. And that is while and loading screen dot done loading dot done. Okay, loading or load screen dot done loading is equal to false. We'll do this. And if I'm a bit worried about this because I might end up just crashing Unity again. So if the loading bar dot value is greater than or equal to 1f, then we can say done loading is equal true. Now in our void start, we obviously need to say that done loading is equal to false. Our loading, I guess, yeah, like that. I'm a bit worried, so I might as well be a little, I also might as well do like a little save here, just in case I accidentally just end up crashing Unity again. And well, For some odd reason, it seems like it's going faster. Well, downloading is equal to true, I meant. Or no. I'm a little confused. I'm a little scared to put this little if statement that I'm doing here, but oh no, we can't do that. Never mind. It's just going to end up in a while loop and won't do anything. Because I want the loading bar to reach 100%. That's the thing. What am I doing? You probably nobody wants to even see it anyway. Reach 100%. I mean, it's probably satisfying to some people, but to others, it's probably just going to be like, why are you showing me this? Please get me to the next scene already. So yeah, I guess that's something I should take into account. And I just need to speed this up by like 100 times. So yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. Our target value like that. And let's see the progress here. Yeah, it's really nice. Sometimes it just okay, with that, what is the last, is there anything else that I need to do? Because other than that, I don't see anything else that I need to do. It seems like it's done. The program seems almost done, if not done. So under this, well, we have to change our scenes because in our graph scene, well, we're not doing that change resolution anymore. Instead, we just made a loading screen between this. And lastly is the splash screen. Yeah, we're really almost there. And here I have a little splash screen. I'm gonna have to go save, and well, I have to delete this now because there's nothing that I can actually say that we have to do left. This is the last thing that we're going to be doing in this live stream. So I feel a little sad right now. I'm actually, I don't know if I might cry. I don't know. I'm going to go and create a gigantic raw image here. I'm going to put it to the size of the entire thing. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that. Never mind. That might be a terrible idea. I'm going to make a panel here because right there. Make it cover the whole screen. Actually, hold on a second. Is there a custom splash screen kind of thing? I'm not sure. There should be something in the build settings. I'm not sure if there's something in the build settings that can help me with that, rather than just go to the player settings. All right, a splash image. A splash image is what I'm trying to do here. Select. Let me look for it. Splash screen like that. What? Okay, let me go ahead and save here and just build it and see what it looks like, because I'm a little confused as to about what this splash image is actually doing. That's not exactly what I meant. I mean, it's a nice little image, but it's definitely not what I was going for. So, yeah, we're going to have to change that. Build settings, player settings, and well, yeah, that's not exactly what I was looking to, but I could try and make it my icon instead. That's something I'm perfectly fine with. But yeah. Oh, what is this? What? I'm trying to figure out all this stuff. I've never done this before, but okay, that looks cool, I guess. But my little my little problem with that is that it's, oh boy, it's in a square. I was even making a signature. I want to see what happens. Oh wait, you can put any image. If that's the case, I'm just gonna. Where is it? Or is it just that it's too big or something? Oh, maybe it needs to be a sprite. Okay. Let me go ahead and change our good old splash screen to like some sort of sprite. Like that. So let me go back to the build settings. Because maybe, okay, I might have been just doing something I might have been actually just going over the top with what I needed. So our splash screen, there we go. That's not the one. This is the one. Thought I saw too many stuff here. Please, I can't see. Okay. Develop by count say. Okay. One little problem. One little problem with this. Not exactly what I wanted. So I guess no, this is not exactly what I was looking for. I mean, it was something, but it's definitely not what I was going for. Also, yeah, the light on dark looks just better. Anyway, yeah, this is not what I was looking for. Yeah, so I'm just gonna have to do my own animations. It's just gonna show an image on screen for like a second or something. So I'm going to go ahead and create a sort of another prefab kind of thing. I'm going to make a panel. Well, obviously this one it's going to be completely empty like that. Set it to be completely white. And well, the sprite, I guess we can change it to a sprite. And since it's a sprite now, we can just put it to the whole screen, I guess. Now here's the thing, I do not know how this is going to look on other kinds of like what is it called, screen aspect ratios. There we go. Like if I'm just gonna get like this weird stretched out image, I might as well. Oh, okay, that's nice. Developed by count's sake. Okay, we're gonna alt F4 right there. That's nice. Yeah. Okay. Oh, wait a second. I still need to build it. I'm going to build it one more time, but this time at a smaller aspect ratio. I made it specifically such that you would have to be using only 16:9 aspect ratios, so that's perfect. That's fine. Then we have this one, whatever. I've never seen that aspect ratio before. Develop by count sake. All right. Develop by count sake and have a little signature at the bottom. And with that, yeah, that's Huh. This is going to be the splash screen. With that, it is going to be and yes, we need to preserve the aspect. Undo. Okay, there we go. We're going to preserve the aspect. Yes, that's something rather important. No, we're not going to make it tiled. We're going to make it simple. All right, and with that, we need to add some animation to it. Yay, more animations. All the animations just of the UI. All right, and this one, lastly, is going to be of the splash screen. I'm going to create an animate, and well, we're just going to make some animations, and by that, we're going to end this is going to be the end of this series. Yeah, this is actually going to be a finale. If there are any more things that I'm going to be doing in this program, it's going to be off stream. I might as well put it in the title, finale. So, finale. I am for sure going to finish this today. I want to finish it today. There's going to be no next episode. So, yeah. I'm also going to be changing the thumbnail of this maybe after some time. But this is going to be the splash screen. So basically the idea is we want to take the image and we're just going to take the alpha, make it take a long time, like 1,000 to 1,000, I guess 2 seconds. I guess up to here, that's perfectly fine. So I'm going to go ahead and just do that. And we'll have it just fade kind of gradually or something. So yeah, like that. So, okay, that fade out looks a little too fast for my taste. So I'm going to go ahead and make it over across a second. All right, and with that, I believe that's going to be how our splash screen is. But of course, I kind of need to make some sort of clip, like this one's going to be the visible. So that way I won't have it just loop and then it will be easy to just destroy the object. Because yes, I'm just going to destroy this object after some time. All right. I guess, so in our code, what I'm going to be doing is that I'm going to go to my start right here. The UI manager is, if there is a UI manager, and well, I guess I kind of wanted to also do a fade in kind of thing. A fade in, then we also want to show the splash. Now, I guess I kind of need to get rid of this. Now, let me go to our animator splash screen. The entry starts like this, and this is the default state. I'm gonna do it like that. Just very simple. Then we can do I guess we can have a final thing right here, a private enumerator. This one is remove splash screen. And well, we're going to have a public game object splash screen like that, splash screen prefab. and this is obviously just going to be the splash screen. And well, just making some things make more sense. So this one is going to be a private game object, the splash screen, like that. And well, all we need to do is take a float wait time, yield return new wait for seconds, wait time. After that, we can do a destroy splash screen. I'll just change it to be splash screen obj because that's not what I meant to do. There we go, splash screen like this. Splash screen. Splash screen, screen prefab, beta object prefab, not prefab, prefab. Splash screen like that. Then this is the splash screen game object. Now in the start, what we do here is we do an instantiate. Hold on. Splash screen obj equal to instantiate splash screen prefab at the scene canvas. Then we do a start coroutine remove splash screen, and I'm gonna do 3.1 seconds like that. And with that, let's go ahead and test it out. Now oh yeah, right, I need to actually make this a prefab. So I'm gonna go here, take it, and put it as a prefab. Get rid of it, go to our game manager, add our splash screen prefab, like that. What? Hold on a second. If splash screen object is equal to null, we just return. Yield return a null. Okay, fine. Because this would actually just be easier to do it like this. There we go. Oh! I completely forgot to do something. When we instantiate this, we also need to do a splash screen object.get component the animator dot play. What is it called? Splash screen. Splash screen. Then we'll do it like that. Okay, yeah, it looks fine. Let's go ahead and build it and see what it looks like. Oh boy. Let's go to full. Let's do the 16 by 9. Okay, I'm kind of realizing a little mistake in my code. There we go. That way, the ordering on the things are going to be correct. Hold on a second. Is that a good amount of time? I guess that's a good amount of time to see. So yeah, with that, whoops, no, we don't want to do that. I want to build, and well, my gosh, I'm really like just holy. This is actually going to be the first program I'm actually ever going to finish. The instructions, controls, you have everything. Start, loading. Our settings. Also make the instructions. We have our command prompt. We can solve for the shortest distance. Oh my gosh. I'm really surprised. We have our saving, we have our loading, and well, we can also, well, technically normally you can't actually push your mouse out, but once you go into the pause menu, you actually can. Return back to the title screen. And well, the instructions still work, and well, we can exit. Man. I'll be honest, the only last thing that I can actually think of making or doing is actually, well, you know, is actually doing the, what's it called? The only thing I can think of is doing the icon for the project. Well, yeah. What am I looking for? What is it that I'm looking for? Opening something on GIMP. I could use this actually. I could actually use this instead of just kind of. I could kind of remove like. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I'm trying to figure out where is some of this stuff. Ah, there it is. Oh, however, it's not exactly a. Okay. I guess I'll go ahead and use this to make something. I'm going to call this the program official name is called Graph 3D Shortest Path Solver. Graph 3D Shortest Path Solver. Technically, I'll just delete this layer and also the live stream layer because it's not a live stream. Instead, I can bring in a picture of I guess I could put my YouTube signature on this instead of like actually it's more I think it's more recognizable if I put my YouTube picture. So yeah, I'll go ahead and do that instead. So, whoops, not that one. Put it right there. Make it like that. There we go. Actually, let's make it a little larger, just a tiny bit larger. Then we're gonna move it to the very serious. I'm gonna put it there. I'm gonna rotate it just a tiny bit like that. I said rotate it just a tiny bit. Oh, that we have something. Can export it. Recently used other Unity shortest Graph 3D shortest path program. Do it like that. And why are you not? Oh, there it is. I don't want to discard. I want to discard the changes. All right, so in the other, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Just see what it looks like. Oh yeah, the name. This one it's not called Graph Theory Shortest Puzzle. It's called Graph 3D Shortest Path Solver, like that. The icon, as for that, I guess maybe we could make something. I guess I might as well pull out my little well, I could put out like my paint tool Sai and try and make something. So paint tool Sai, a new, this one. Yeah, let's do that. Now, because we're doing like dots, it's gonna have to be a little difficult to actually do this. So yeah, I'm just basically trying to, right as of now, you don't really need to stay anymore. All I'm doing is kind of just making a little graph. Okay, that's maybe instead we can do it like this. Okay, maybe paint tool Sai is not the best idea. I'm gonna instead just do it in GIMP. All right, get rid of that. Open up our file, a new to 1024 by 1024, like that. Our background, set it to white. Like that. What I'm gonna do here, take our brush. We want to make it a lot larger. Maybe, let's see what 100, how big is 100? It's too big for, okay. Maybe 50. 50 is a perfect size, I believe. Now I'm going to also take some sort of slightly reddish. Actually, I might as well follow the colors that I have in my program is going to be a green. Yeah, red is more, I think red, though. I like the red color better, though. So I'm going to take this. What I'm going to do is just make a little kind of graph thing. Just like that. Actually, maybe I should do, okay, I'm going to do something else first. So I'm going to do an 8, size of 8. I'm going to switch out. I said, hello. There you go. I'm going to do it like this. Whoa. What is this? Okay. I might as well make a new layer for this. What am I doing? How do I make a new layer? I do not remember how to do anything. Make a new layer. That's going to just call it stuff. Okay, anyway, who cares? I kind of want to not really put it in the center, but I'm going to put it in the top right corner for now. So I'm going to do it like this. Maybe a 750 by 750, like that. And I'm going to change its position to be some sort of 50 by 50, no, 100. Still too low. Okay, let's try 400. That's way too low. All right, 300. That's still way too low. 250. That's still too low. Okay. 150. Still not quite. Okay, maybe 200. Yeah, the 200 is fine. All right. Now I think I'm not sure if I want to make this just a tiny bit larger. 800 by 800. Never mind. That might look a little too big now. 700 by 700. Okay, now I kind of want to lower this now to maybe 50. Yeah, there we go. And with that, I kind of want to what I'm going to do is make an outline. Exactly the width of this cube. Exactly the width. And we're just going to go all the way down. Here we go, all the way around. Whoops, there we go. Fill it up like that. And lastly, we're going to go all the way back up to the top. There we go. You have a perfect square. And let's get rid of that selection. Make a same exact selection, same exact size. On this 700 by 700, but this should actually be 250, not 300. Okay, 250. There we go. However, instead, we're going to actually change it up a bit. Try 100. No, that's still too close. Let's make it 250 over here. 10 100. Looks still not exactly correct. I'm just trying to see. 231. Okay, 324. So let's make this 14. No. 220. No. 324. 300. Still too far. No, still too far. I mean, too close. I mean, 75. 50. Too far. 60. 70. I think 70. Yeah, I think 70 looks fine. Looks mighty fine if you ask me. No! Why? Okay, there we go. Now I don't want to move. I want to draw another square. Because why not? Here we go. Right here, I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom. That. I'm going to go all the way straight across. And I'm going to go up like that. With that, let's clear our selection and let's go ahead and draw some sort of cube-like shape. Like this. Here we go. And another one right. Whoops, I messed that up. Right, exactly right there. Then we also have another one down at the bottom here. And we put it right there. And of course, the very last one is going to go right there. Something looks off. What? Wait. Hold on. Something doesn't look right. Okay, that's those dimensions. And we also have this one. It's exactly the same, but I don't know why. It looks a little off, but I don't know. Maybe it just might just be my eyes or something. No, put it back. Put it back. I don't even know what I did. It was weird. Anyway, no, stop. What? Stop. 50. With that, we're just going to make a little kind of cube thing inside of this. There we go. There we go. Or actually, let's just add a few more vertices. I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to do here. We have these. There we go. All right, it looks like I have something down, and I'm gonna try to get the size of these things. Okay, it doesn't really matter if I get the exact center of these. All that matters is this, that it goes between. the 2. So we're going to go like that, and lastly like that. Now just a little fix, we have to make this a little thinner. Oops, we just want to cover that up like that. So it looks like something cool. There we go. Now, okay, I'm going to add another layer so that way I don't mess this up. Just call stuff 2, put this right below. And there we go. I'm going to go a little quiet for now. Okay, I was about to end things off actually, but I'm I'm a little bit surprised because suddenly, oh my gosh, oh no, that's the wrong one. Ah, okay, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just instead, whoops, copy this, paste it here, and then I'm going to go ahead and run the build again. Okay, because okay, what happened is because I changed the name of the game, or the program, it ended up changing the file location of my saved graphs. So that's why they weren't appearing in our start when we pressed start. There we go. I just moved the files back into where they're supposed to be. With that, we can actually start again. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to load up a tesseract. I don't know why. I kind of want to load it up. It feels like, I don't know. I'm trying to look for a sort of screenshot type thing. It's actually really easy to, I guess I could, I guess for this case, I'm going to have to hide the vertex values and hide my coordinates and everything. Apply it. I know there's a cursor. I know the cursor is still there, but that doesn't matter because I can actually still do something with it. And I'm also going to exit the program because let me check something. Go to the inspector. Okay, good. Everything's still in place. Nothing has changed. What I'm doing here is that, oops. Ow. Okay. Where's not the verb? Okay. Wait a minute. No, stop. Develop account sake. Yes, it is. And I'm gonna. Okay. I messed up again. I'm gonna go to my coding programs and then open it up again. And the graphics quality, I'm gonna make it ultra. Because yeah, I definitely want a high screen resolution for this one. Everything looks beautiful, doesn't it? Let's load up the tesseract again from our action. You can see we have our good old, okay, good old friend. Hold on a second. I kind of want to see the instructions because I kind of forgot something. Whoops, the controls. It's an L. Okay, it's wait a minute. Hold on, I forgot something. I'm actually not done. I'm not done. I'm forgetting something. I added a shortcut in script. I added a shortcut off screen for the notification, specifically if you press Control T. Hold on a second. Is it there? It has to be there, otherwise it's wrong. Okay, let me look at the instructions, the controls. Oh no, T is not enabled. That's okay, that's something I actually need to do. Good thing, okay, yeah, there's a reason why we always look at we always look at stuff. So, but yeah, for the most part, the rest of the things that actually need to be done are probably just little bug checks and whatnot. So, yeah, there's not a lot for me to do, to be honest. If I'm being completely honest with myself, yeah, there's not much to do. This T is actually just needs to be a kind of an, let's duplicate this E, put it over. I hate it so much. Okay. Let me go back to the instructions. And with that, we're going to go to the controls. It doesn't matter if we can see it or not because it's like terrible. And we're going to duplicate that. hue, we're going to put it over at the T. I'm going to call this the actual, I'm going to call this, I'm going to put a dot there so that way I know that this is the actual one. And this one is going to change it to a T. And whatnot. So yeah, this has a T. We just need to copy the transform. So 16. Okay. Negative 6, no, 116, 16 like that. This T dot, change back to a T, go back to our scriptable objects. If I haven't already made the letter T. Right, I'm going to have to create another key, letter T. So I'm pretty sure I have this in the control, the left control. There we go. Left control clears notifications. So all modes are T key. All modes like this clears all notifications. And with that, just have to bring to go here, put our key info like that. Save, go back, save. Hopefully the game manager didn't just bug out on me. Okay, good. There's nothing much else that I have to do. I kind of feel bad that I had to end it off with, I'm kind of going to be ending it off with this thing. All right, well, I honestly don't really have much else to do, but I guess, yeah, I'm making the icon. What I'm doing here, I didn't explain. Yeah, I'm trying to make the icon for this little program. I believe it deserves it. It's really something I spent a lot of time with. So, yeah. All right. I think this is a pretty good picture. I'm going to take a picture of that. Go to my screenshots, and I'll go ahead and edit it. Open with GIMP. I was trying so many different ways to think about doing this. So yeah, there's also a little panel thing here. And with that, let's change this to a 1024 by 1024. We also would like to change the positioning. So yeah, we're gonna do that. And then, of course, at the center here, we're gonna want to actually just write over it and say, hey, that never existed. And then we also, I'm not sure if I could do, I'm not sure if I'll be able to do this, but I'll see if I can. All right, I'm trying to see if when I select all of these little holes or gaps, if I was to do like this, make it like some sort of light gray instead, and do that. We forgot a spot, and do that. Would it still look fine after it definitely still does look fine. I can't tell a difference, to be honest. So this or this. Whoops, there we go. This or this, this or this, this or this, this or this, this or this or this and this. So I like the black, but at the same time, I feel like the brighter the brighter one is better. Yeah, I think I'll go with the brighter one, even though it's actually not the background of the program. Oh, like this. Here we go. And we can exit the program like that. All right. Let's go back to our recently used other. This is going to be the program icon like that. I'm going to take that program icon, then we go to our player settings, which is the build settings, player settings. This, go to our other, all the way down to this. Oh, okay, there we go. Like that. There we go. It's a rather interesting kind of image to use. I'm kind of curious what it's going to look like. I'm not sure. I'll just go ahead and see if it looks good or not. Kind of just building it out and seeing what it does. So programs. File. Hold on a second. I don't know what to call the company. I'm just going to call it Count Sake or something. um, I don't know. Uh, hold on. Uh, um, is it supposed to do something? Okay. You know what? I'm gonna try to get this as the icon for our good old friend, our good old Graph 3D program. And well, I hate to say it, but honestly, that's everything. there's nothing really else to do. I mean, I could add sounds, but I didn't think about it. I didn't really think to or plan to ever add sounds into this. And well, just saying, I think that's something for another time. And well, I think I've already accomplished quite a bit. You can actually see like many things. And well, yeah, I spent a lot of time developing this program, and hopefully you all enjoy it when it's fully released. Yeah, so keep an eye out for that if you really would like to, if you really would like to have your own, download the program. It would actually be, it's going to be for free. No, everybody will be able to have it. You can have fun. You can do whatever you want. Heck, you could do modeling if you want, even though you can't really do too much modeling, and it would probably be a lot more tedious than it's worth. Well, yeah, and of course you have the main feature, the building of graphs and solving for the shortest paths on them. And heck, I could just do a random stuff from point A to point from there to there. And we could find two, and there's multiple, and we could find all the multiple paths that lead up to it. And yeah, this program does what it needs to do. With that, I don't think there's much else to say other than, well, it's really about it for now. So thanks for watching and hope you enjoyed. Actually, 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 before I end things off, I would like to thank all of you who have watched this series. I forgot to do this, and well, yeah, I would like to thank Brackies, as he is an extremely huge help, and he actually really helps me figure out a lot of the tricks that I know how to do while coding, and well, he helped me pretty much kickstart off into my own and make this program, in a sense. Well, I mean, he didn't really help me. His tutorials are actually, well, his tutorials really are amazing. You should check him out if you want to figure. If you want to also be coding by yourself, sorry, OBS was kind of freaking out there. So yeah, I would like to thank you, Brackies, as he's been a huge pleasure to actually. It's a huge pleasure that he actually uploads all those tutorials. It's amazing. Anyway, there's also some other things that I guess I could also say, such as, well, I thank all of you for watching, and I hope you're all looking forward to the final product. It will be my first ever coding project that I mean, I technically would call this my first ever coding program that I ever have managed to complete. I don't count my reaction time program because that was nothing. It's nothing. This one is truly my first one. It may not be the prettiest thing, it may not be like the best thing ever, but it's something just inspired greatly just from my school. Learning about graph theory and Dijkstra's algorithm, it just puts stars in my eyes. I wanted to code it myself. The moments that I had that class, I could see the code form in my eye. I could see the code. I was like, oh, this thing looks a lot like a program. I could probably try and code it. And well, here I am now, a few months later, and yeah, I mean, fortunately, I never really got to show it to my teacher, but I mean, I don't really think he would care much. But yeah, this is something I managed to program, and well, I hope. I really would like to also thank that teacher. I'm not gonna say his name because, well, I would like to keep my identity private, and as well as where I go. But it's an amazing feat. I would really like to thank him for teaching me graph theory and Dijkstra's algorithm, because as of now, well, yeah, I finally managed to complete it, and well, there's nothing really much else to do. There's no really any shortcuts. We can take all the shortcuts we can take. We can find the shortest paths using Dijkstra's algorithm. I mean, I guess I might as well point it out. Dijkstra's algorithm may not be the best choice for shortest path solving, but it is a very important one. You can never forget the fundamentals. And well, I managed to apply Dijkstra's algorithm in like this little program that I made. It's technically just a bunch of other stuff, but yeah, it's an amazing. I think it's worth learning, and well, I hope that maybe you all will find interest in this as well, as much as I do. And well, I also would like to see what things you managed to create on this program. So yeah, with that, thanks. I don't really have much. I don't have much else to say. I don't want to end the series. I really do not. I really don't want to end the series. I'm feeling sad from having to end it. I guess yeah. Like I said, if there are any things that I'm going to be doing off screen, it's most like I'm not going to be adding any more huge features. It's just going to be bug fixing or things are like that detail, like those. Bug fixing, possible little things that I skipped over or glanced. And well, yeah, all of that will be, I'll do that on my own time. And well, I guess I also might as well point out that we have a little icon here. It's, yeah, it's a little visible. It's kind of cute, I guess. So I would like to say, I think I'll try the black background. I'll try a bunch of stuff. But if anything, you'll see the final product when I go ahead and release it. With that,